This story is a cinematic dramatization inspired by real rescue situations. It is created to honor animals, first responders, and the instincts that save lives. On a quiet night in the countryside, everything appeared normal. The barn stood silently beneath the moonlight, its wooden walls holding decades of memories. Inside, the animals rested. Outside, the land was still. The house lights were already off. Everyone was asleep. Everyone except one dog. The German Shepherd had been lying near the porch for most of the night, not pacing, not restless, just watching. Farm dogs learn the rhythm of their environment early in life. They know the difference between harmless sounds and real danger. They understand when something doesn't belong. And tonight, something didn't. It wasn't loud, it wasn't sudden, it was subtle. A faint change in the air, a smell that didn't match the night, a warmth that shouldn't have been there. Inside the barn, old electrical wiring ran along wooden beams that had been exposed to heat, dust, and time for years. No one noticed them anymore. They had always worked until they didn't. A single spark jumped from the wire. At first, it seemed insignificant, just a brief flash. But nearby straw caught almost instantly. Thin smoke began to rise, collecting near the ceiling where no one could see it. The white stallion inside shifted his weight and lifted his head. His ears flicked forward. Animals sense danger long before flames appear. They feel it in the air, in the heat, in the silence that suddenly feels wrong. The smoke thickened. The fire grew quietly, feeding on dry wood and hay. Outside, the German shepherd's body stiffened. His ears snapped upright. This wasn't normal. The smell, the warmth, the movement of air. Every instinct in him reached the same conclusion. Danger. He stood up immediately. One sharp bark cut through the stillness. Then another. Then he ran, straight toward the house. The barking was frantic now, urgent, relentless. The owner woke suddenly, heart racing, unsure what was wrong at first. Dogs bark sometimes, but not like this. When the door opened, the night was no longer dark. Orange firelight spilled across the yard, painting the ground in flickering shadows. That was the moment everything changed. The barn was burning. Flames climbed the walls, racing toward the roof. Smoke poured into the sky, and the horse was still inside. Panic comes fast in moments like this. Hands shake. Thoughts scatter. Every second feels louder than the last. But one decision matters more than all the others. The emergency call was made. While the fire grew stronger, help was already on the way. Inside the barn, the white stallion kicked against the stall door. Smoke burned his lungs. Heat pressed in from all sides. The structure groaned as fire spread along beams and rafters. Old wood burns fast. Electrical fires don't wait. In the distance, blue emergency lights cut through the darkness. Fire engines pushed toward the scene, tires rolling over empty roads. When the rescue team arrived, the barn was fully involved. Flames broke through the roof. Smoke swallowed the structure. This was no simple fire, and inside there was still a living animal. Firefighters moved quickly but deliberately. Hoses were deployed. Positions were taken. Every movement mattered. Entering a burning structure is always dangerous. Visibility drops. Heat rises. Collapse becomes a real possibility. Entering one to rescue a frightened, powerful animal raises the risk even further. But they could hear the horse. That sound made the decision clear. The door was breached. Water met flame. Steam exploded outward as smoke poured into the night. Inside, visibility dropped to almost nothing. Fire curled along the walls. Burning debris fell from above. The white stallion reared, fighting against instinct and fear. Firefighters pushed forward anyway. Hands reached for the halter. Water shields were formed between flame and flesh. Every step was slow, controlled. The horse resisted at first. Fear makes even the calmest animal unpredictable. But steady pressure, calm movement, and training held the moment together. The exit appeared through the smoke. Light cut through the darkness. And then, through steam and firelight, The white stallion emerged from the barn, alive, shaking, covered in soot, but alive. Behind him, parts of the structure collapsed inward as flames continued to burn. Outside, the German Shepherd broke into a run, tail wagging, body loose again, as if he had known this was how it would end. The dog reached the horse and slowed, touching noses gently. A moment of calm in the chaos. The owner dropped to their knees, overwhelmed by relief. Firefighters stepped back, watching quietly as the danger passed. The fire would continue to burn for some time, but the worst had already been stopped. That night, no lives were lost, because one dog listened to his instincts, because one owner acted quickly, and because trained professionals were willing to walk into danger. Sometimes the first hero doesn't wear a uniform. Sometimes he has four legs.